Have you ever tried to change a habit and gave up halfway? Or maybe you want to transform your routine but don't know where to start? Then you're in the right video. In the next few minutes, I will share how I implemented the concepts from the book Atomic Habits by James Clear for 30 days and the results I achieved. I assure you, you will be amazed by the power of small habits. Before we dive into this journey, if you enjoy videos about the best books and want to keep receiving transformative tips, subscribe now to the Literary World channel. And don't forget to click the link in the description to get the book Atomic Habits in either physical or audio format. Let's go! Before we talk about how the book helped me transform my routine, it's important to know the author behind these powerful ideas. James Clear is a writer, speaker, and a true expert in habit formation and continuous improvement. He began exploring the impact of habits in his own life after suffering an accident in high school that nearly left him incapacitated. This moment was a turning point for James. He decided to rebuild his health and life based on small daily habits, and that's how he developed the methodology behind Atomic Habits. The book is not only a global bestseller but also a reference for anyone looking to transform their life in a practical and sustainable way. James shares not just theories but also personal experiences and scientific data that make his arguments even more convincing. So, what is Atomic Habits? The main concept of the book is simple but powerful. Small habits can lead to big changes. James Clear argues that instead of focusing on grand goals, we should pay attention to small daily behaviors. He uses the metaphor of atomic habits because they are like tiny particles that, together, can create an explosion of results. Clear explores the science behind habit formation and explains how to shape your environment, mindset, and even your daily rewards to create lasting changes. Additionally, he offers practical strategies for anyone looking to transform their life, whether in personal, professional, or emotional aspects. The book is divided into 4 main parts, each addressing an essential aspect of habit formation, which we will explore in more depth. During my 30-day challenge, one of the first lessons I learned was the power of habits in our lives. James Clear states that about 40% of what we do daily is driven by habits, and often, these automatic behaviors do not help us achieve our goals. Implementing new habits can be difficult at first, but as Clear explains, the secret is to start small. I realized that trying to change everything at once leads to frustration. Instead, I focused on small changes that, over time, generated significant results. For example, I always wanted to be more physically active, but instead of signing up for a gym and try to work out intensely every day, I started by walking for 10 minutes a day. These small victories accumulated and motivated me to continue. Atomic Habits presents what James calls the 4-step model for habit formation. I will briefly explain each of them and how they made all the difference for me. Q. This is what initiates the habit. It can be something in the environment, an emotion, or even a specific time of day. For me, the cue to start meditating was always waking up and seeing my meditation mat ready. The simple act of keeping it in sight reminded me to practice. Craving. This is the motivation that drives us to act. Clear talks about making habits attractive. For example, I paired my reading session with coffee, making the moment enjoyable. This transformed reading from a chore into a pleasure, and now I look forward to that time every day. Response. This is the actual action of the habit. The idea is to make it so simple and easy that it's almost impossible not to do. I committed to reading just 1 page a day, which was so easy that I never failed. This small commitment led me to read more and more each day, creating a positive reading cycle. Reward. The most important part. The brain needs to feel that the action has been rewarded, even if subtly. My initial reward for exercising was watching 10 minutes of a show I love. This made me associate exercise with something I enjoyed, creating a positive connection. One of the most powerful concepts from the book that transformed my experience was the 2-minute strategy. The idea is simple. Whenever you start a new habit, do only the minimum version possible. If you want to start reading, read just 1 page. If you want to run, run for 2 minutes. During the 30 days, I implemented this strategy in various areas of my life. For instance, when I started meditating, I practiced for just 2 minutes a day. This helped me build consistency, and after a few weeks, those 2 minutes turned into 10, 15, and eventually 20 minutes. This approach also worked for my workouts. Instead of committing to an hour of exercise, I started with just 2 minutes. Over time, these small actions became part of my routine. Another key insight from Atomic Habits is the importance of shaping your environment to facilitate the creation of new habits. The environment has a huge impact on our behavior. During my challenge, I reorganized my space to make it easier to follow my habits. For example, I left my running shoes in sight to remind me to run and removed anything in my bedroom that could distract me while reading. Additionally, I also learned to signal the habits I wanted to strengthen. I placed visual reminders, like sticky notes, in strategic locations. When I saw the word meditate on a sticky note on my fridge door, it reminded me to stop and practice, even if just for 2 minutes. One of the greatest lessons that Atomic Habits taught me is that consistency is more important than perfection. James Clear argues that failing occasionally is not a problem as long as you get back on track quickly. During my 30 days, there were moments when I failed to stick to a habit. For example, one day I couldn't meditate, but instead of giving up, I focused on starting again the next day. This mindset of not punishing myself for failures helped me be kinder to myself. I realized that change is a process, and that each small step counts, even if not every day is perfect. When you share your goals with others, it creates an additional commitment. And believe me, hearing success stories from others can be incredibly inspiring. It shows that change is possible and that you are not alone on this journey. Forming an accountability group was a turning point for me. So, in addition to committing to maintaining my habits, I also became responsible for others' progress. This generated a supportive and motivating environment, which was essential for all of us. As James Clear mentions, when you join people who have the habits you desire, it becomes easier and more natural. After 30 days applying the principles of atomic habits, the results were surprising. Not only did I manage to implement the habits I wanted, but I also noticed a positive impact on my daily life. Meditation brought me more mental clarity and reduced stress, while daily reading helped me gain knowledge and relax. One of the biggest changes was how I felt about myself. My confidence grew as I realized that small daily actions could accumulate into significant transformations. James Clear was right. Focusing on systems rather than goals is the true secret to lasting change. If you commit to implementing these atomic habits in your life, you might be surprised by the results in just a month. Don't underestimate the power of small steps. And now, the question remains: what habits would you like to change or implement in your life? I challenge you to choose one small habit and commit to practicing it for the next 30 days. It can be something simple, like drinking more water or reading one page of a book each day. Remember, consistency is key. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, share your experiences in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. To deepen your knowledge on the topic, click the link in the description and get the book Atomic Habits. I promise that the read will be worth it. Join me on this journey of transformation and start today to create habits that will change your life. See you in the next video.